Hey guys, thank you for joining us again here at Ministry Life 413. We've got a great video for you today talking about how to grow your church at Christmas. You know, as a small church, when you take a small church and you're trying to grow that church, you have to recognize certain times that are the best to grow your church. And we know that some of these times are Easter and Christmas, Halloween and Thanksgiving, times where we can reach out and draw new people to our church. And today I want to talk about 5 ways that you as a small church can take these opportunities to grow your church. And these times of opportunities have to be grabbed hold of. You got to grab them because the summer is going to come around. There's going to be some dead times. And so you really have to reach out and grab these opportunities. All right, so how do you grow your church? When I first came to my church, and I've been here almost 10 years, we had 30 people. And when you got 30 people, you know how it is. You're trying to get momentum. You're trying to grow. And you're thinking, man, what can I do? And there's so many things you can't do. There's so many things you can't offer. There's so many things you wish you could offer, but you can't. And so Christmas is one of those times that you really have to strike hot. And so let me give you 5 ways that we here at Liberty Baptist Church have always used Christmas to try to springboard. Now, as we've grown, of course, it's become easier, and there's a lot of things we can do now that we couldn't do then. So the 5 things I'm going to give you today are things that I did and things that we still do at some level, but these are things particularly we did when we were a small church trying to get large. Okay, here we go. Number 1, children's plays. I know that if you're like me, you're kind of a perfectionist. One of the problems I always have is I want things to be perfect. When I shoot these videos, you have no idea how many times I quit and stop and start because I want the video to be perfect. And most of you don't really even care that the video is perfect. You just want the information that's being provided. And so when we have children's plays at our church, sometimes we're hesitant because children's plays can be really unorganized. They can be really cheesy. They can be really low budget. But the truth is that people will come to see children in a program, whether it's a singing program, whether it's a full-out play, whether it's a drama of some sort. Children's plays bring people to your church. It's going to bring grandma, it's going to bring grandpa, it's going to bring uncles, it's going to bring aunts, it's going to bring work companions will come to see these children in these plays, and we've got to be careful to grab hold of this. So when the children's play is going on, we've got to make sure that somewhere during that service, we invite those people to come back on Sunday morning the next Sunday. Something like, hey guys, we appreciate you being here for the play. If our church can ever be a help or blessing to you, we'd love to help you. We'd love to serve you. We'd love to worship with you one Sunday. Give them an invitation while they're there. Number 2, I don't know what part of the country you're in. I don't know what world you're in, what part of the world you're in. But one of the things that are very popular here is candlelight services. Now, candlelight services in the South, I'm in South Carolina, down here in the South, they're special times. People are all about them. And so we always have our candlelight service the last Sunday night before Christmas. So if Christmas is on a Thursday, if Christmas is on a Tuesday, doesn't matter. That Sunday night before Christmas, we have our candlelight service. It's a time to come together. We keep the lights down low. We light candles. We sing. We read. We have readings or we talk about the incarnation of Jesus Christ. And it's a special time. Families come and they bring their friends. And encourage your people to bring their grandmother with them, their mother with them, their brothers with them, their sisters with them, and make the time as special as you can through music and through maybe media and through lighting the candles and just a real solemn time to celebrate Christmas. And in these candlelight services, for us, it has become one of the most popular services we have a year. To us, no, we're never going to have more guests than when we have our candlelight service because everybody's going to bring their family with them and we always have a great time. And it's always a success. And so for us, it's turned into one of our biggest services. And if you don't have one in place right now, don't say, well, we're too small, we're not having one. Have a candlelight service. Make sure you have it. Invite people, and I promise you got a better chance of them coming to that than you do to any other service probably during the year other than Easter. All right, number 3. I don't use this. I have, but it don't work for me. But I talk to pastors all around the country, and it works great for them, and that is Christmas Eve services. I got a friend of mine that pastors up north, and he said that Christmas Eve services are so popular there in every denomination that if a church didn't have one, they would be viewed odd. Now, here in the South, nobody has Christmas Eve services, and it's very rare that you have them. And so we don't have one in our church, but I've been to them in other parts of the country, and they're super, super, super successful. What my recommendation would be, at least try it. You know, what's going to hurt you if you have a Christmas Eve service and you have it at 7 o'clock on Christmas Eve, you come for an hour and not many people attend? In my mind, it may surprise you. You may have it and it may be crowded. It may be packed out. And so make sure that if you're not thinking about a Christmas Eve service, that you do think about it and plan it and see how it works for you. I believe that in most parts of the country, it is super successful, and it's a time that you don't want to miss the opportunity to bring people to your church. And so have a Christmas Eve service. Number 4, what's another way that we can grow our church in the Christmas spirit, in the Christmas time, the Christmas season? What's another way? Well, number 4 is this, very simple. Find a family that is in need and help that family. Now, if you're a church of 30 people, you're not going to be able to help 1,000 families. You're not going to be able to do it. You financially, logistically, you're just not going to be able to help them. But if you find one family, so they have 2 or 3 kids, they're struggling at Christmas. Don't embarrass the family. Don't call their name out. Don't put it on social media. But have a church effort to raise toys, to raise gifts, maybe to raise money, maybe to give food, and help these families in need. These families that you help will feel like you as a church care about them in particular. It'll feel very personal to them, and invite them to church. You'll be surprised at the families that you help that come back to your church because they see that you cared about them. Don't ever let your ministry get jaded. Preacher, we helped this family, I've never seen them again. Preacher, we helped this family, I've never seen them again. Don't get jaded. Remember this, that you may not know what difference you make, but God will know the difference you make in that person's life. And there may be people who you will help that'll never come to your church, but you'd be surprised how many people you help that will come to your church. All right, before we get to number 5, and number 5 has been the most successful thing we've done at Christmas, I want to remind you, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click that bell so you get notified when we have these videos. Again, this channel exists to help small churches, bivocational pastors, to grow to large churches, and for bivocational pastors to move beyond being bivocational and being a full-time in Christian ministry. If you have some suggestions, make sure you put them in the comments below. Let us know what you want to talk about, questions you have about ministry. I'll give you all the information that I have, and I'll tell you what we've tried, what's worked for us, and what hadn't worked for us. All right, number 5. What's the 5th thing you can do at Christmas to grow your church? Number 5, we started having a Christmas banquet. Christmas banquet was very simple. We would set up tables. We would set up chairs. In the beginning, our people would cook food and we would have a banquet. In that banquet, we would have some Christmas music, we'd have a short devotional, and we'd have a great time of fellowship and spending time with people in the church. Now, the way this works is this. What we did was we say, okay, what family would like to sponsor a table? And so one family would say, okay, I'll take a table. Now this table seats 8 people. They're going to decorate the table, and they're responsible to invite people to fill their table up. So a man and his wife said, we'll take this table. They invite their children, they invite their grandparents, they invite their neighbor, they invite their coworkers, their friend, and they fill that table up. And you do that as the years go by. Ours has grown and grown and grown to a place where we can no longer have a banquet on our property because we don't have room for it. But it's been a great time because people get to know you as a person. They get to know the church as people. They don't see you as a building and they don't see you as a denomination. They get to see you as a group of people. Now, I want to remind you, Pastor, your job in the beginning when you have a small church is to be a relational pastor. Your job is to build relationships with people. 90% of those people are going to come back on Sunday, not because they believe you can be an awesome preacher or that y'all have awesome music, but they're probably going to come back because they like you and they like your people. And so this Christmas banquet, this time to come together and just feed people, have a good time, have some music, have some fun, is going to make those people see you and see the people that are in the church as real, ordinary people. And when they see you as real and ordinary, they'll want to come back and be a part of your fellowship. And so make sure you have a Christmas banquet. Put some time, invest some time, some promotion, some thought into this Christmas banquet, and bring people to it. Have others that you know bring people to it. And if you do that and they come in, they get to know you, they'll come back and see you again. All right, guys, we're going to stop here today. If you have any comments, anything that you think, you know what, you missed this on the Christmas growth in your church, make sure you put it in the comments. Say, look, I've tried this in my church and it really works for us. I'm telling you, I don't care how large your church is or how small your church is. We're all looking for suggestions to take our ministry to the next level. So make sure you leave it in the comments and let me know what I missed and let me know what you've done at your church that works so I can try it at my church. All right, guys, have a great day, and I hope you have a great Thanksgiving.